This morning, one local college receives a grant from the American Heart Association. We take a look at what they plan to do with the money. Plus, one Eastern Kentucky senator files a bill designed to help with the housing crisis. We'll tell you what it'll do.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Neely Green here with you on this Thursday, February 26th. The time is now 5:32, and let's check in with meteorologist Megan Duswell for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, we've been saying it all week, but today must be another Monday.
Monday, 4.0.
See, point proven.
4.0. That was kind of difficult to say. Well, yeah. It's another one of those days, unfortunately, but the rain is not helping that out at all. I mean, we are talking that heavy, moderate rain this morning. Now, most of the heavier rain has cleared itself out. You can see that over Kingsport right now, but here in Eastern Kentucky, we still have some spotches of heavy rainfall. If we pause it right now, you can see that in portions of Pike County, in Buchanan County, as well as Laurel and Clay, and that's going to continue to taper off. By the afternoon will look nice and dry, but not only are we dealing with that rain, we could also see some lower visibility spots here and there, so keep that in mind as you are rolling out on the roads this morning. Another thing to look out for on those roadways are slick spots. I mean, we are talking about very wet conditions out there. You can see on these sidewalks just how wet they are, so again, be careful heading out the door. Temperatures in the mid 40s, and by the afternoon, the upper 40s and low 50s take over. Neely.
Thank you, Megan. One man is dead after a house fire in Owsley County. State police and the sheriff's office were called to the home on Ambergy Road in Booneville Tuesday morning. Troopers found the body of 60-year-old Vernon Harold. The coroner's office pronounced Harold dead at the scene. The cause of the fire is being investigated, and police say foul play is not suspected. The man accused of kidnapping a Kentucky teen pleaded not guilty in federal court. Investigators say Christian Delgado met a 13-year-old through a dating app and drove from Florida to Kentucky to pick her up last October. Police arrested Delgado in December after he and the girl were found in Maryland. Delgado faces federal charges of traveling across state lines for illicit sexual conduct and attempting to use intimidation to prevent communication with a law enforcement officer. A jury trial was scheduled for May 4th. State police arrested a Jackson County woman following a narcotics investigation. Felicia Potter was charged on Monday after obtaining a search warrant. Troopers went to Jackson Drive in the Tyner community. When troopers searched the home, they say they found fentanyl as well as other drug paraphernalia. Potter was taken to the Jackson County Detention Center. The Logan County, West Virginia Board of Education hosted its first meeting since a fire at Logan Elementary this past Saturday. School officials say Logan Middle School has enough room to accommodate the students from the elementary school while cleanup is underway. Officials say students can expect to be at school on Monday as long as there are no major setbacks. The superintendent says they are also planning an open house for students and families to take a look at their temporary surroundings.
The kids will come in, they'll get to tour the building where their classes are going to be, get to see their teachers again. I'm sure they miss them after being away from them for a week, and just see that everything's going to be okay, because our kids are the most important thing we have, and our teachers, they're invested in the kids, and that's the biggest part of all of this.
No timeline has been laid out on when officials expect Logan Elementary to reopen. A news conference at the University of Pikeville celebrated a potentially life-saving program built for the Bears. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has the details.
A heart emergency is not a UPIKE problem, it's an all of us problem.
A partnership with the University of Pikeville and the American Heart Association aims to address the staggering number of deaths caused by out-of-hospital cardiac arrests, a medical emergency that professionals say only has a 10% survival rate.
It doubles or triples your chances of survival if someone starts CPR within the first couple of minutes of your collapse.
The university received a $20,000 grant funded through a designation from the Women of Impact campaign to plant training and equipment on campus.
A cardiac emergency response plans, which purchases AEDs and CPR kits that we will be able to leave here with the University of Pikeville to train their team, students, faculty, and staff on CPRs.
A process that allows the university to train its people and work with area partners to place the campus on the forefront of frontline responses.
Project Adam will be awarding a heart safe designation once we get through the completion of this project, which is exciting because there's not a university in Kentucky right now that has been designated heart safe.
The funding plants 8 new automated external defibrillators throughout the campus, and the planning process will make sure someone is always around who knows how to perform hands-only CPR, knowing an AED will be within reach.
That allows us to tailor our plan to the needs of the community and to be able to serve in a much greater capacity.
Public Safety Director Lee Upchurch says it is an honor to see the university receive the funding and training, saying someone's future could depend on it.
We'll be able to get to the equipment that we need in less time, so we're able to potentially save lives.
In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
While there are already some AEDs on campus, officials say this will expand the emergency response options, making the campus and community safer. In Floyd County, officials announced there will be a waste tire collection event next month. In a Facebook post from Judge Executive Robbie Williams, it says the event will run from March 19th through the 21st. It will be at the intersection of Highway 80 and Highway 680 beside the Dollar General open lot. Officials say they are accepting several types of tires. We have more about this at WYMT.com. A new 2-year spending plan received its first vote in a legislative panel. House Bill 500 had drawn concerns over potential health insurance cost increases for teachers and public employees. However, lawmakers removed language that would have increased premiums up to $500 a month. The budget increases classroom funding by at least $4,600 per student, adds money for school transportation, police, body armor, and forensic labs.
Some of my anxieties have been abated, and I really thank the majority for your work because it means a lot that SEEK is growing. It means a lot that the Kentucky Employees Health Plan is secure for at least now.
House Bill 500 received its second reading on the House floor yesterday, so it can be called for a floor vote when the House next convenes. In an effort to prevent outmigration, State Senator Brandon Smith is trying to address the housing needs in Kentucky. Smith filed Senate Bill 142. It would create the Abandoned Home Pool Fund, which would allow nonprofit housing partners to renovate vacant buildings into affordable pathways for home ownership. Smith says one hope for this bill is to give longtime renters a chance to finally own.
You're taking an old house in the neighborhood and you're turning it into something that's going to increase the value of the neighborhood. It's going to give a family a chance at equity and a second start in there to begin building wealth, which is what you see across repressed areas all across this country. And so this is a neat way of dealing with a couple of embedded poverty issues.
Smith says this rent-to-own structure will set up equal monthly payments that will create stable pathways to home ownership. Several Kentucky school districts are finally getting back into the swing of things after last month's winter weather. Bath County Schools was one of the many districts to be out of school for an extended period of time, and now they've decided on how they'll be making up those days. It's a decision that other districts have said would be a last-ditch effort for them, but it was a move at the top of Bath County's list.
We know as the school year, if it drags on past, that original closing date, attendance suffers. And a lot of other things are going on, and so it's better when we can end in May if possible.
Other school districts are waiting to see how a couple of House bills pertaining to adding requirements to school hours and days pan out. The University of Kentucky is working on plans for a future entertainment district near Kroger Field. Renderings have been released that will bring new businesses, restaurants, and more to Lexington. Kevin Locke with UK says the district will be a multi-use space. He says something to this scale will require them to check out entertainment areas around other universities and professional sports stadiums in the country.
The magic of it all is taking the things that work and make this something that is unique to University of Kentucky.
Right now, there are 4 concepts under consideration. The renderings include green spaces, parking garages, and new construction for future tenants. Locke says since Kroger Field is somewhat isolated, the designs being put forth are focused on linking game day energy with everyday campus life at the university. Olympic USA qualifiers are coming to Eastern Kentucky. When this summer hits, cyclists will be making their way to Prestonsburg. Nikki Fields just started getting into cycling. From there, she met the love of her life. And from there, that paved the path to helping organize USA cycling in Prestonsburg.
And he said, I would love to teach you how to ride. So 8 miles was our first ride, and that's all it took. I knew right then I was hooked with cycling and him.
The circuit will be part of the Kentucky Road Racing Series. Organizers say the course is a 17-mile loop. It goes through downtown Prestonsburg and then comes back around and through Jenny Wiley State Park. Fresh off his Super Bowl halftime performance, singer Bad Bunny returned to the stage. That and more in a look of today's Eye on Entertainment.
And we're continuing to track rain chances this morning and a few flood advisories as well.